was a 17-year-old high school junior. She felt as if she was in a very serious long-term relationship. At our age, we would probably call it puppy love. Nevertheless, she asked her parents about going to the gynecologist to get prescribed birth control, and the response she received was a total freak out by her parents and claimed she was being irresponsible just for having sex. However, a few months later, Lauren Proper did indeed end up pregnant. Plus, for other alleged unknown reasons, her serious long-term relationship ended. By the time I'm done speaking today, my specific purpose is for everyone to realize that allowing teenage females to receive birth control on their own merit not only benefits and saves them from potential lifetime problems, but also reduces our taxes and puts money back into the economy for you and I. According to Livestrong contributor, December 31st, 2009, the United States has the highest teen pregnancy rate in the industrialized world. The Center for Disease Control notes that 1/3 of girls get pregnant before the age of 20, leading to over 750,000 pregnancies annually, accounting for over $9 billion to our already stagnant economy. That's extra taxes coming out of your check, extra taxes added on to your purchases at the store. I want to cover 3 main points today that will undoubtedly prove that teenage females having the opportunity to get birth control on their own is the right move. We will first discuss why this policy should be the teenage female's decision and responsibility. Next, understanding the negative effects it has on the mother, the child, and us if a teenage pregnancy occurs. Finally, we will talk about a number of ways to implement this birth control system so that it is effective for everyone. It may not sound like a big concern of yours, but teenage pregnancy hinders our economy years down the line after the birth of a child. If we could cut the percentage of teen pregnancies, this will open the door for extra stimulus monies you can receive to better yourself, your family, leading the way so one day you will have the funds and means to start sex education at home with your children. Which brings me to my first main point. The first step of preventing teen pregnancy starts at home. Talks between parents and children are always vital, yet parents are having a hard time accepting their teenage daughter is a sexually designed subject. The Real Truth About Teen and Sex by Sabrina Wells, September 9, 2005, notes 53% of teenage females are very or extremely concerned about disappointing parents. Leading us to the point, ultimately the responsibility of birth control relies on the teenage girl. It just boils down to simply parents don't know that teenage daughters are having sex. So instead of making them hide or lie about the truth, promote them up and let the first stage of responsibility start with them. Whether it's because the daughter is ashamed of activities she may be involved in, or the parent-child relationship isn't strong enough where it needs to be at. If the choice starts with the young lady, that's a start to preventing teenage pregnancy. Now I want to focus on the negative effects teen pregnancy has on everyone, including you. First, teenage mothers may suffer medical and emotional crisis. Young teenage mothers have not fully developed yet, basically putting them in a situation where they cannot be a responsible mother. Once the baby is born, teenagers may not be willing or able to be an adequate mother and neglect the baby, noted by Julia Bodie, Livestrong magazine, August 2nd, 2007. Often teens do not seek proper medical care during pregnancy, leading to complications like anemia, toxemia, high blood pressure, and premature birth of babies. These are examples of short and long-term negative effects for the mother and child. It's also some very costly measures that teen pregnancies bring upon us. Teen pregnancies also affect the economy with devastating figures. The CDC reports May 11, 2010, teen pregnancies account for more than $9 billion a year in costs to taxpayers for increased health care and foster care. Also, lost tax revenue because of lower educational attainment and income among teen mothers. Basically stating if a teenage female gets pregnant, it's a good chance she won't get a good job and maybe even end up on welfare. That's more of your tax dollars being used effectively. Now, Not allowing teenage girls the freedom to make their own choice on birth control could lead to present day and future problems, not only for herself and the baby with medical, emotional, and responsibility issues, but also for the rest of us as taxpaying citizens. Teen pregnancy alone accounts for billions of dollars lost every year nationally. Last but not least, we have to work together to implement a system that is effective and works for everyone's benefit. The good of the individual person and that of the human society are intimately bound up with the stability of the family. Basic to the well-being of the family is freedom from external cohesion and freedom for external help in order that it may determine its own destiny. By working together on a common good, we can push for more government assistance to help distribute birth control to teenage females. The goal is to reduce teen pregnancies by 1/2 and allow teenage females to feel free and secure to receive birth control privately so they won't have to be ashamed. Notes the National Campaign to Prevent Teen and Unplanned Pregnancy, June 19, 2004. Nancy Pelosi, the minority leader of the U.S. House of Representatives, notes in the Telegraph, January 27, 2009, this birth control policy will reduce costs of the states and to the federal government. So to lower already sky-high taxes among citizens and prevent statistically shown problems of teenage pregnancy, we have to accept and advocate for teenage females being allowed to gain birth control on their own consent. The government and government agencies have already shown procedures and progressions in this area. So in conclusion, we have went over a very delicate topic today. What allowing teenage females to receive birth control on their own. We reviewed and went over 3 points of leaving the responsibility to the teenage female. We also noted how negatively teenage pregnancy can affect our economy all the way down to you individually. And finally, we discussed some ideas on an effective system that could benefit the community. Teenage pregnancy is something that has always been tabooed in our society for the obvious reason. Yet the long-lasting problems of this issue may be even worse than the present day problem. Walking past a young pregnant teenage girl, you may think that this is none of your business or it's not one of your problems. But after we spoke today and after we reviewed some things today, hopefully you realize it's a bigger problem of yours than you imagine. Allowing teenage females to obtain birth control on their own is the way to go. For them, for you, for us, for the community, and for the government.